Hello my friends all over the world, wherever you are. William Poloniak here again at Whole Health Foundation. And today I'm going to be making pumpkin pie juice made from a raw pumpkin and carrots. Next week is Thanksgiving in the USA, so I thought a pumpkin pie flavored juice would be ideal. And I'm going to mix in some pumpkin pie spices to make it taste exactly like a pumpkin pie. The first thing I'm going to do is cut the pumpkin into manageable slices. Well, here I have my pumpkin pie spices, and I'm going to slice the pumpkin into manageable slices and take out the top and the bottom. And the first thing we'll do is cut this in half and then into slices. And I'm going to juice the seeds and the pulp and all inside. Today I'm going to be using the near zero blowback cutter because it does a much better job shredding, as you will see in the video to follow. And one reason I'm using carrots as well as pumpkin is the pumpkin juice releases better with carrots in the mix. So it's going to be about 50% carrots and 50% pumpkin. As usual, I'm going to start by putting 3 ice cubes through the feed tube to cool the feed tube and the cutter down, and plug in my thermometer. Now remember, no matter what cutter you're using, check your wing nuts and feed your produce in slowly. Do not drop it in, and try your best to keep the feed tube covered. This cutter is doing a wonderful job shredding. Just like a hot knife through butter. Remember to always endeavor to keep your feed tube covered. Go down only halfway with your pusher. I'm going to start with carrots. Not much fiber in this pumpkin, but we'll clean the grid anyway. Put it back in and continue with the carrots. Down to my last carrot, but before I do that I'm going to put in some turmeric and some fresh ginger. Fresh ginger. I'll put my last carrot through. I want to point out again, whenever you put your last produce through where there's ginger or carrot, there's always a plug in here. So I'm going to take some pulp and force that last plug through before I mix my produce and make some juice. So the last step will be to clean the grid and the feed tube, mix my produce. But before I do that, I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit more of the pumpkin pie spices. Make sure I get a nice pumpkin pie flavor. And then unplug it, take out my feed tube, clean it. Now I have 50% carrots, 50% pumpkin, seeds and all, and I've sprinkled in some pumpkin pie spices plus some ginger and turmeric. So we'll make a nice even mix, and then we will press this into some delicious pumpkin pie flavored juice. Now I'm going to demonstrate my 6-cloth less work method. 3 ladles full of pumpkin and carrot pulp. Fold it into thirds. As tight a package as possible, the tighter the better. I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to press 2 cloths full of pulp at once. And I want to point out that I'm pulling my collection tray over the edge of the counter because I don't want this to drip down on the countertop. You never know how clean your counter is. And cleanliness is very, very important when you're making juice. So we've got 2 cloths full. We'll put that in the press. Centered left to right. Centered front to back. That's very important. All the way back. Back it up a little bit. And turn it on and start making juice. And we'll continue filling more cloths. I'm using my 6 cloth less work method. This goes forward, that goes over, the spent cloths go on top. A new set of 2 filled cloths go in the press, centered left to right, centered front to back. That's very important. All the way back, back it off a little bit. Now there are 2 methods for the less work 6 cloth method. You never throw away your pulp. If there's a puddle of juice in your collection bowl, crush this up and put it in the puddle of juice. And then begin with 3 more ladles of pulp, or 2 huge ladles. Set that aside. The other method is to not again throw away the pulp, but put 2 scoops, not 3, 2 scoops on top of the spent pulp. And later we'll put only 1 scoop when this patty gets thicker and thicker. On your last cloth, advance that all the way. This is pulled forward, that goes over. The spent cloths go on top. And again, 2 cloths in the tray, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it off. And because we have a puddle of juice in here, very, very carefully, I'm going to pour that into the collection bowl and then continue packaging more pulp. And once again, we do not throw this away. We put new pulp on top of the old pulp. This time I'm going to put 1.5 spoons because these patties are getting very thick. Keep your eye on the bowl. I notice it's almost full. Pull this forward, this goes over, the spent cloths go on top. And because my collection bowl is full, I'm going to put this into bottles. And I don't want this to drip on my countertop, so I'm going to set it back, but not a little bit. Obviously a lot. You don't want to make the mistake of setting it back just a tiny bit and then forget about it and damage your tray. Set it back a lot. And this goes into bottles. And later we'll top that off with filtered or distilled water. And then we'll make more juice. Now as you can see, I have 3 double packets of repackaged pulp, and I'm going to use a measuring beaker to measure how much extra juice we get from repackaging the already spent pulp. Now it's very important to center this left to right, center it front to back. This time I'm going to put it all the way back, and I'm going to back it off after I get juice flow. I do not want this to go up too fast. There we go, back it off a little bit. A little more. And once you get traction in your cloths, advance it all the way. Now there I have 17 ounces of juice, but I'm going to overflow soon and my collection bowl is too full. So what I'm going to do now is bottle the juice. My last step is to top off all of my bottles with distilled water. This small pumpkin and 50% carrots, I got 5, 10, 11 bottles of juice and enough for a taste test. And remember, one of these bottles plus a little extra was from pressing the spent pulp on the Whole Health Foundation Premium Juicer. So now I'll do a taste test. So now we'll do a taste test. Pumpkin pie flavored juice. Tastes just like pumpkin pie. And without sugar, because carrots have enough sugar in it to sweeten up the juice. So here's to your health, my friends. I hope you like what you've seen. And if you do, please tell a friend. If you'd like to call me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthfound.com. See you in the next video. Delicious pumpkin pie flavored juice. Here's to your health.